Sorry if I do. I'm just having a bad time. I'm stuck in the stars. I keep falling asleep. I
I
can't.
have a feeling Celine's gonna wake up any moment. Excuse us. But I would say try checking the supply closet, or not the supply shed, or try checking the ship for supplies, just in case. I don't have any on me right now. Okay, see you later, and stick together as always.
I guess that's concerning that keeps happening, but maybe that's just a side effect of...
Do you need to lay down?
I don't know at this point. It just keeps happening. It's like
Sorry.
blackouts. Anyways, it's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's fine.
It's not. Okay. Well, if you feel like it's happening again, feel free to have a seat. Just lay down all together.
Yeah.
But while you were down, Arcturus and I were talking about it a little bit further. And what was it that you were saying, sir?
I'm gonna just sit down for my own safety at this point.
Please.
Is it you want to show where you were coming from?
Right.
Meaning, likely you didn't recognize it or have a idea of it.
Well, I mean, just the fact that they were between those realms implied that they were coming from somewhere further, is the best way I could put it. At least that's what made sense to me.
What I currently think, because you weren't physically moved, and as Sonny has informed me, you were disoriented when you came back, and smelling salts woke you up.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of just, a huge enough shock.
Sir?
Yeah, I'm just wandering around right now. I just finished talking to about 6 of yours. So, be getting those requisition papers and all the other paperwork eventually. But I'll be doing that when I leave, so.
Alrighty. It's good to see you again. I'm glad to see that you're up and running still.
Yeah. It's been busy.
How you doing, Céline?
It's been very busy.
Awful,
That
I keep
died down a little bit.
passing out constantly, and now don't understand what actually happened at the end.
That's for sure, so.
Because I was so sure that, it was dying, and then waking up, and then
Sorry, the hair's gonna be
falling asleep, but, that's not what happened.
It's keep up the good work.
Sort of, but I'm lost.
We were having a bit of an error.
Okay.
A little. Did you see the
Make sure to
Did you catch that?
rest up.
Well, that's
You deserve it of all people.
the goal.
Oh.
So,
I didn't specifically
did
see
it
it.
keep going after
I missed out on it too, don't worry. Medical
after
stuff.
he
But,
threw me off?
But I won't hold you, sir, if you have somewhere else to be. It was just good to see you again.
Not for long.
Don't
It got a
exactly
bit
have
hazy for
anywhere
me,
else
but
to be at the moment.
doesn't seem
Besides
like
my
it.
office, but I'd rather avoid that still.
Got it.
Hey,
Just for a little while
you got
longer.
work to do.
Well, as
You got
long
work
as
to do. If it's
you
important,
know,
it's important.
they were nice. I don't know if they
stepping out
were
on your
angry
duties,
or
sir.
doing something else, or
No. I actually did
I
come
think
here
they
to
were
talk
trying to
talk
comfort me afterwards, wherever
but-
I ended up in that starry place.
Partially,
But given where we were, I
but no.
don't know
not,
where I.
Not that much. It should be
I don't
perfect.
know
no,
how
it's
that
perfectly fine.
worked.
I'd actually take it essentially.
It's
But at the same time, I've
It's-
been
it's
working
confusing.
a little bit too much, so.
Oh, well then feel free to take a breather. Just thoughts for a little bit.
the fact that we were in realms that weren't
Guys,
the
what I've
somnium
already
in
been doing,
general
so-
just doesn't make any sense.
That's where my ideas coming from. We've already seen with
Just a little bit of a.
some of the other occurrences
Every now and then.
that
We're working on it.
things can be
What do you mean about the
taken
other
from
stuff?
where you've been going.
Oh,
already seen
yeah,
it.
just
This means
I
in
haven't seen
some
that
way
yet, but I've seen
you
the
are
other
fully
stuff.
there, though not physically.
we're working on it.
All who sleep, and when they dream,
No,
Hopefully it's not too
touch
much
upon
of
the
an issue.
somnium.
I can handle it.
I'm thinking
Okay.
that whatever is going on, whatever or whoever this is somehow using that as a middle
We'll
point.
head
Have you
over
had
to
anything
you
to
guys.
You know how
No,
Kia
I'm good.
created that opening
What else
I'll
is
just
there?
go ahead.
that they could physically
Just gonna
walk
go
through?
ahead and head over to
I
you
think
guys.
something is working on the other side to
Anyone
do
else
something
want to
similar and
stuff?
essentially plucking you from the somnium.
And
Oh,
you were
it's
talking about a
weird.
guardsman?
I
Or
remember
people with
something
temporary
that
roles?
stuck out weirdly. I
we
don't
need
remember if they ever
volunteer
elaborated,
guardsmen.
but
Right now,
maybe they
we
did
don't
after
really
I
have
was gone.
enough people currently.
That he referred to something as like
And if I
he
do
referred
go,
to
I'll
something
pop
as
in every now and then
mother
if I can.
at one point.
Okay. I will have to talk to you then if you do plan to do
So
it.
they're
I gotta make sure people know what
children
they're
of
doing
something.
before anything. If they need,
There
if they don't
might be
know anything,
I
more.
need
then
There might
give
be
them proper
more
training about
than
it.
just
Of course.
that one.
Luckily though,
And
seems like
I
most of
would
you
not
know
mind that.
whatever
what to do,
But
so-
I believe
they
that
are
the dragon can
may be what it is
So
that I'm
I'm going to
hearing
go
all the
to the
time.
I'm sure.
I mean, true. There's a few things that overlap.
Thank
They
you again.
weren't clear about it.
So do
When
I.
it comes to
They
a soldier,
seemed offended by the
we have a
idea
few
that
things that are the
it
same
was
as being a
them,
guardsman.
because
That's why they typically get trained all
they
together
insist
in one
it's
go.
not,
Makes
Though they do
sense.
get divided
but
up
they don't
eventually, depending on
understand
where
it
they want to be.
either.
But if I'm able, I will try to do my best to assist you in any way that I can. Okay?
If whatever it is powerful enough to do this,
I'll see you later then.
See you later.
and refers to another as mother. I'd need further context, but at the moment I'm going to proceed with the idea that whatever we're dealing with is, at a minimum, equivalent to a incarnate in power. Spirits will refer to those who, we'll say, are direct causes of their creation, often as a paternal figure. This is shown, as at least Ivan will know, with Kurno referring to Kier as his mother, the goddess of the island, in turn resulting in the formation of the god of the forest. Kier referring to Gaia as her mother, the one who created the world, the physical ground, creating the island.
Right.
Could this mother be a god?
If whatever these things are, as I fear, strong enough to actually pluck you from the somnium, or pull you out of it and into a in-between, likely we are looking at a incarnate. Understand that whatever we are dealing with, if it is an incarnate, like I think, even Kier only has a fraction of what this being has in power. Kier would be a greater spirit. This is an incarnate. Something whose power is pulled from such a large source. They wouldn't even normally pay attention to us. Well, this is assuming we're dealing with spirits, which likely we are, considering what little I've been told of the two orbs.
I try to understand it from the context of the Golden One, but, they've been... Their presence feels completely absent. The only one that's been around for any recent time has been, I guess, the representation of Shav. I'm assuming it's them, or at least a piece of them. They just... That's as much as they're able to do here.
At some point, I'm going to need to hear about this dream. Whether someone writes it down or goes over it verbally.
Well, we have two different perspectives is the thing. Because Céline, you did get thrown off the boat. Like before they got to where they were headed, right? Is that what I remember correctly? Like, is that correct? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, at least we were past the point where there were all those, like, spectral hands reaching out of the water. One tried to grab my wrists. They were cold.
Shoth did mention that we were between two places.
Yeah. I imagine when the hands went away was when we were no longer nearby death. I'm assuming that's why there were the hands. That would make sense. Kind of. Maybe.
If ever you do travel through there again, no matter what, do not interact with death. We have very little on that realm, and the little we do is just representatives who have come across to be here to do their job. No one has seen it and come back, and the few idiots who have physically gone there have, of course, never returned. So if this is what I fear is going on, and a portion of your, we'll say psyche, I'm fearing it's a portion of your soul being pulled through, allowed to travel through here. You may physically be fine, and we won't know what's going on, but your soul gets destroyed or killed in death. Well, not exactly like we'll know until the next morning.
Well, whatever the case may be, there's at least paths that go around it, and however these realms are connected to each other. They just picked the one that they did so that it didn't have to go near entropy instead, was what they said.
There. Entropy is difficult, to say the least.
So I've heard.
Honestly, it's
They
not
did
too
mention-
bad, but
Are there realms beyond those ones?
theoretical tertiaries. None that we've successfully visited. But those are the realms. Oh, God, what was it? Stasis, time, soul, and what was the last
Abyss.
one? Abyss, yes.
Do you think that's where he started from? Because they were
Arena.
they were leaving from somewhere. Because if we were already in one of the realms, they would have probably just exited that one and gone straight to Aqua, if that's where they were heading.
Possibility. The issue with the tertiaries is none have ever visited them. Two we know nothing about except for a little bit of information, and those who claim they've spoken to the Celestians. Those are few and far between. The only other source would be the spirits that we have pulled from time and stasis. But even then, the greatest summoners could only hold them for mere minutes at a time. I believe we've had that conversation. Or I believe the time in stasis has formed too much of pure, divine and abyssal matter. Too close to the sources of those. So when pulled from here, there's not enough to actually maintain them for any lengthy amount of time.
I don't know. All I know is that I don't know if I made them angry or something. They seemed really calm up until the very second that they threw me off. They were looking at my neck for some reason.
Well, is there anything on your neck?
I mean, that's where I normally keep the division pin. That's all that I have
You
there.
don't have one.
He was. What? They were looking
Oh,
from the right side.
that's where it is. Where is it?
Did they take your division pin? Or did you lose it in the cave?
I don't know. I had it on.
What was your division pin?
The crafting one, just the gold hammer one.
Did you have anything like that on you, Ivan? By chance?
I left my jacket off when I slept.
Okay.
I get
They
too
did
cold.
mention they can only take.
Could you repeat that?
But they mentioned that they can only take.
They can only take. Did you act your pin?
Take
That's not
so
cool.
many, or
I think
them in by
figuratively
They
just
wouldn't elaborate.
that might just be a general thing. Did he rip it off when he threw me in there?
Uh-oh.
That makes no sense at all. I don't even know if that's important or not. I just know that's what they were. It was like they were looking me over for something.
Did they? Well,
Like
was
the last,
anybody else thrown off?
the
or was it
last
just
thing
you?
I remembered him saying was something about Patel is patient and kind, and that they had a lot to learn on that front. And then I remember having the air blasted out of me because he lifted me by my neck, and I was thrown into the water, and it just stuck to me like glue. And then I drowned. Patel, something like that.
They did mention Patel quite a bit.
I don't know what that means.
Patel.
though. But they were talking about them
Be a
like
name.
they were talking about them like it was a name. At least contextually.
Do you think it's the Golden Orb?
Maybe. I mean, they were the one who gave me this and these and stuff.
Do we know if anyone who's had dreams regarding the Golden Orb,
Well, I did.
did they talk to them?
But when I dreamed with them, they took the form of Alea.
Spear and dagger. She chose the spear.
Did they say their name?
Progress. She'll.
At
No.
all?
She knows how to stand
No.
now. And knows about how to defend herself. I think I'll have to cover that in another lesson later.
At least
maybe next week. She's
not
also
that I
special path.
remember.
So she might be going crazy on that thing. In the training ground,
Maybe.
but, you know, until we leave.
Let me think.
And a dagger as well. Whichever one she prefers. I don't know if you wanted her to use something
At the moment,
Whatever she wants. That's the
I
point.
would recommend
Just to be confident.
running on the assumption that these may be what I said they were.
You get new
I'm sorry?
there's markings on your hands and neck.
Yeah.
Excuse me, LeBron.
These would be beings of incredible power, possibly acting as representatives for another.
Feel like
Shit. As always.
gotcha.
That's at least the idea that I'm getting. I just don't know what they'd be representatives of.
Did you try this?
I'm unsure.
You might try it.
Just give them a leg to stand on. Anything. Villages to defend themselves.
I do, however, have one other concern. The fact they took something from you, and the fact that you were the one removed. If we assume this Patel is the golden orb, or is the one that is interacting with the golden orb, giving orders, you're the only one there anyways. As far as we can tell visibly, under the effects of one or both.
Oh, I see.
Those that do are usually healers and
Yeah.
Possible you were removed because of that connection to the both, but I know some of you took part of it previously. What is one thing that you can cast, as long as you have either a very strong idea of the person or something from them?
Scrying?
Divination magic.
Scrying.
I mean, I'd imagine it's a lot like
Mortals are not the only ones who can cast scrying. And if these are incarnates, scrying would be the best way to easily look upon our worlds without having to send smaller representatives, which I think the orbs might be.
From what I understand, they're basically fragments of them to as much as their strength would allow. That they cannot speak in those forms, but they found the alternate way to do so. That being the
To
color
interact with the
changing.
person.
I don't really like Lord Dole, to be honest.
Well, the color changing, but also everyone who's interacted with them or has been close enough to be,
When he shows up,
we'll say, easily recognizable by one or the other,
I know what I'm gonna do.
has been pulled into strange dreams.
Mm.
Alterations placed upon Somnium,
Bad time.
and now a plucking from Somnium, if it's what I think. So either the smaller representatives or a fragment placed here so they can interact. And a scrying would only make that easier.
3 of us.
Could that be what the presence is?
Well, I don't really have
Could that be
Medics mentioned something
disorder
in
like that.
our
The
pathways.
the
yeah,
I
that's
know, obviously,
those-
a little bit
those
your-
build-ups that I've had for
I got you terrible.
well, ever
I
since
don't know
Rowan's
if
been
I'm going back off,
looking at them, he's been seeing those
but Solus is interested
build-ups
in
around the celestial.
Isaiah, which
But the thing is that those who were afflicted by the dream last night are starting to get those build-ups as well.
Is this something that everyone who's had a dream has? Not just us?
Not
I
everyone.
was never. No. I only got my divine mode, like,
Celestial.
but like I didn't.
I mean, that was partly
Don't Divine, celestial?
Well,
Did-
Words.
I'd say mine.
Same thing.
Were you exposed to the golden orb or the purple one?
The golden one. Well,
For obvious sake, I do.
It was
sort of just flew into me. I didn't really say or do anything. It just went.
the golden one, but the thing that I remember is that
Anywhere would be
the purple one was present in that dream also, trying to pull people away from it. It especially was trying to do that to me several times in that dream. I remember it being there.
You think we could do checks on people who have been or have had dreams with the purple orb? Maybe this is present within them as well.
That might be a good guess. Yeah, I don't see why not.
I know that Wynn and Barrett had something like that.
Something like that.
Princess
It would be a good
Cecilia
idea to
as well.
check them, just in case. I'll go try to find Alea and come back here and let's see. I think I saw them running around, but I
But
can
for now, keep in mind this is all speculation. I only have part of the information, and I'm going purely off of what I know of the different realms.
I guess, just to check, I can go back to where they found me and just make sure it's not on the ground somewhere, but if not, then they took it.
want me to hop over there? Like, I'm the one who can make that jump without trouble.
I mean, can you make the jump back?
Well, that's what the rope's for, isn't it?
I think we'd be able to just see a glint of it if we had a torch out. It would. Those things are like really shiny. They would just be gleaming on the
Right.
ground.
Alright.
Well, I do have a wind spell if you need an extra bit of hands.
Do you think that
I
would
just
help?
want to rule out the possibility that it just fell off when I woke up or something like that. But otherwise, I mean, those things don't
Yeah,
fall
just
off even in the
you
middle
know-
of
you know if you want
combat,
to.
so it would have had to have been taken.
You weren't just picked and just thrown into a team.
Well,
Oh,
better safe than sorry.
Options.
Let's just go check.
Thank you again for all of your help.
You certainly worry about it more than I do.
of course.
My job to worry about it.
Shit, I didn't even think about the possibility that they now have something of hers that is tied to her and had like a strong emotional event that happened with it that now is a source of scrying.
At first glance, he seems capable. Emotional, but a capable leader.
Why is it coming at me?
Yep.
Hi, so something happened that Tay and I had decided occurred when with the results of her dream is that the division pin that she had got removed. Just, she is checking over there. Does she see like a glint of it over there as if it like fallen off, or is it just gone?
It's just gone. You don't see it over there.
Oh boy, I didn't think about the implications of what that would mean. He stole my pin. He could scry me. Okay, thank you. Lovely.
Oh.
Oh, hi.
Are you doing okay, or?
In some manners of speaking, yes. You know, if we're both in here, I just... If I need to relight it, I could just use yours. What are you... Were you looking for something back here? Or just looking?
Just looking, yeah.
I mean, if you want company, I mean, I know the cave pretty well. I've had some experiences in here, including this morning.
No question about it.
I feel like it would be... I don't know if the answers to the questions would even make it any better. All I know, I was gonna say, if you went down that way to the right, there's like a rough, like, kind of burial site of sorts for somebody who I guess died in the area. But that's the only thing that's like down here. The interesting stuff was more back here. At one point, this area had a lot of, what's it called? There were some ore veins in here, and, I don't know if we want to go all the way over there, but I actually don't even remember if the bridge is back up anymore. I'll be able to tell in a moment. Okay, they did put it back up. So, there's some sort of, like, I think, tomb of sorts that I think some people said belonged to some demon, I believe, was buried in this cave in, like, a tomb down there. It was, like, behind these collapsed tunnels. Apparently a lot of the demon students and Professor Mordred had gone down there and something had happened that was like some sort of like shared dream of sorts at one point. I don't know what it is. People are afraid of that area. I wouldn't recommend going down there, but if you really want to, I'm not going to stop you, but if you do, then I'm going to light the torch and I'm probably just going to leave because I have bad memories down there. I got trapped in a cave down there once.
Oh, then, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's, it was a fun time. But,
Suppose.
well, okay, I say fun sarcastically, but you know what I mean. And I mean, if you're thinking the questions, you can ask them. It's not like I can't pretend that you aren't seeing what you're seeing. could have sworn that I've heard somebody in here, but maybe I just was imagining it.
Wait, right now?
Well, yeah, like there's somebody else in there, but I didn't see them, so I might just
Me
been.
neither.
This cave stresses me out in general. It was a great mine, good resources while we were here last, but this place just... It just isn't... It's not a comfy place.
Yeah. Not sure most caves are supposed to, anyways.
Some can be, given the right circumstances. Okay, that's bright. Oh.
Hi. I was good parrot to try to let him know what was going on.
Oh,
Did you find it?
No, it's not there.
You sure? Do you want us to like triple check?
No, I'm very sure. The light caught that entire alcove perfectly. The pin is just gone, which means it was taken. And
Son of a bitch.
yeah.
You okay here,
Did you
love?
find it?
What's...
Nope, it's
No.
not there, which probably means that he has it. Which I didn't think about the implications of that being a potential complication until he mentioned that they could potentially use it for scrying.
We should
He...
probably
Shoff.
clear that up. Yeah, I was about to say Bear doesn't know.
Right, okay. I wasn't aware that that thing can scry. Okay.
Yeah,
Dreams,
he,
one small.
well, apparently the spirits and higher can do that, and to some degree it's easier for them.
Yeah, go ahead.
But it's possible when he grabbed me by the neck and threw me off that he was also grabbing that on my neck and ripping it off as well, which means he has it.
Yeah, more or less.
Which means
I'm gonna
they can
be...
look at you without coming here.
So you think this is also... Do you think this is also a possibility, Ivan? I mean, you've been probably in there, like I said. Or do you think this might be just... Maybe it's in the water or anything?
I
It's a
mean,
possibility, but
unless you
they did mention that
That's-
it takes effort to come here and
Right.
spy on us. So if they can cast magic from where they're from,
And you've checked inside?
What do you think
I-
they are?
Can't find it? Even in the water?
I mean, I'm not diving
Would
into
you
the
like me to do
water.
a triple double?
I'll do it then if it needs be.
If you really want to go down there and look in the water, more power to you, but I don't know.
I want to swim.
I don't think I would have
Why would it-
swam
looking at
over
rocks and
there.
stuff?
Second division badge.
No.
We are... We're gonna look into it, okay? Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I'll search in the water. I was thinking
Okay.
like a rock.
Okay.
Can you get back up?
I mean, I'll climb.
I mean,
well, we're
if you
looking
got
for Celine's lost pin.
The only reason
have
why
time-
is because
Yeah.
it's,
I love
it's,
that.
a little bit of a
It's-
more of a thing than just
it's,
a lost
it's,
pin, but
it's
yeah,
more
it's-
of the
we'll look into it.
implications of if it's not there, where it actually is, and what that could mean is a bad
It's a
thing.
confirmation mostly.
Was it in the? Could it? Is like could be in the dream? That'd be terrifying.
Well, I mean, I've seen.
Mhm.
It's not the first time I've seen people take stuff from
Hmm.
the dream into where they were while they
This
were
is the
awake.
first
Yeah,
time I'm
this
hearing
would
this
took a-
stuff, isn't it?
Vesper took a flower out of the dream
He was
world
so
once,
confused.
so
I'm so
Which
sorry.
means it's entirely possible for
so-
things to go from
It's a-
here to
More or
there,
less.
and well, Professor Antares thinks that might be potentially able to be used to scry
all right.
You guys are coming as well?
because
I
it's
well.
do not
an
know
item.
your name yet by
Yep.
chance, but you
Okay, well, I'll be happy to sage for it.
Tyrion.
I think I'm no longer necessary. I'm no longer needed.
I'd rather
Endeavor.
talk to you about it because you were actually there. What did they even talk?
You can go on without us.
I'm.
We're going ahead. We're gonna keep an eye out.
What?
Take care of yourself.
What happened after he threw me off? Did he say anything at all? Were people at least worried?
I mean this with all due respect. I wasn't ready to go against a possible god.
Not mad about that, it's just, you know... I don't understand what happened or why.
I did try to ask why they did it, but it doesn't seem like they're keen on giving straight answers.
Oh, I picked up on
me
that
too,
in
just getting a
general.
rope.
I've picked up on that from the start. Especially now knowing that they did give at least one somewhat straight answer, and that is whatever me and Riley are been hearing all this time is in some way related to what they are. But what they are is not clear at all.
Do you think there's multiple?
Based off what they said of not all are Shaf or something like that, makes it sound like that there could be potentially more than just this one.
What if Shoth is all of them? Maybe they're not just whispers. What if it's just like
Well, then
bees? What if it's
well, that would mean whatever it is, there's some fragment of it inside me to where I'm able to comprehend them even in this realm.
Don't mind me.
Whatever it is. Because they seem just as confused about why we could hear them in any capacity. And we're, I guess at some point, they seemed offended by the implication that it was them, but they also can control them to some degree because they are able to make them go silent. So they have some connection to them, or at least the ability to control what they are.
perhaps it's maybe Shoth is greater than the sum of its part.
Maybe. I mean, it's clearly not the top of this overall effort, though. Otherwise, it wouldn't be referring to something as its parent. Which means that it answers to somebody. And that we haven't even engaged with them yet. If that's even on the table.
They did mention someone besides Patel.
That being...
Arena.
You don't think, when they were referring to Mother, that they were talking about them?
The goddess of the abyss. That's precisely what I'm thinking.
So we're dealing with potentially a child of the literal embodiment of nothingness? What does that even mean then?
Well,
if that's the case, then will the Golden Orb be a child of Dredona? Which
If what you've made is being destroyed, wouldn't you want to try to fix it?
Well, yes. But if at that point, why rely on people with like mere specks of capability compared to them who can make children that can traverse the true in-between of all the realms? Like, from what I remember, they were saying that Stella is supposed to be the in-between, but now there's an in-between of the in-between? Like, what sort of map are we working with here?
Doth has many rules, though it is other. Maybe they can't directly interact with us, but well,
And
you
yet,
would have to ask them more, but
and yet we can't. And well, I'm slightly afraid to, but at the same time, I feel like that there is literally no way forward other than just knowing that trying to push that topic is ill-advised. Then again,
I did ask. Oh,
they asked?
Go ahead.
Well,
they were talking about trust. Maybe we just have to
well, I mean,
let them learn to trust us.
I meant...
makes any
I
sense.
did mean what I said in that it's... Given what sort of things these fragments have told me in the past, not all of them, that's the thing. Like, some of these fragments are legitimately helpful, but not all of them. They seem to have conflicting goals, which would almost make sense with the way that those other whispers coming out of Schaff sounded like. But is it unfair to feel like it's hard to trust a presence where the goal does not seem consistent in its own way of being presented, that they tell nothing yet expect all? Granted, I don't even know what I can or cannot say safely anymore, because I don't know if that means that they can hear me, if they could always hear me, or anything like that. Like, I'm not... the frustration has subsided to, I am afraid. I am very afraid of what ties I have to, I guess, the Abyss? Because I have ties to them, and if they're born of the Abyss, that means that something from there is in me. For a purpose I don't know. But what I was going to say is, the place I woke up the first time, where I guess I wasn't truly awake, or maybe I was. Honestly, with how these dreams are going, I don't know how true it is to call them a dream sometimes. But when I came to, I was in this, like I said, I was in this just void of sorts, but it wasn't like just an empty blackness everywhere. It was like I was in just space among the stars. It was honestly a comforting place, and just one time before I woke up, I guess for real, he spoke from somewhere. I don't know if it was in my own head or just somewhere I couldn't see, but they what they said was that, quote, we are more than just cruelty. I don't know if that was their way of trying to comfort or apologize or anything like that, but that's why I don't understand them. And I'm afraid to interact with them more, but I know I have to if I want to understand what they meant by any of this.
And what they said, I don't think they understand us either.
I suppose that makes
Something
sense.
that Caldwell mentioned. Not Caldwell. The reason that they may have lashed out against the lieutenant and blocked their wells, they said it was almost like a child not getting what it wanted.
I mean, if we think...
Maybe they're afraid too.
I mean, I guess it would make sense if there's something that's born of Abyss. They wouldn't know anything about, well, life, this realm at all. It's like they know so much and yet nothing at the same time, then.
Kind of like us.
Yeah. Except we're somehow also trying to figure out the missing pieces and, getting metaphorically and spiritually battered and bruised in the process.
And physically.
Yeah, physically too. Yeah, I never want to be picked up by my neck ever again. That fucking hurt. But
I can't say that I understand what you're going through.
you were there in
But-
part. That's the most I can ask for. I mean, I'm sure you saw the state I was in when I woke up. That the effect that had, I legitimately believed I was dead. Like, if I had just woken up from that in the cave, it would have been one thing, but to wake up in another realm entirely, and then there, that made no sense. I couldn't tell what that was, or if they wanted me to see that or something. I suppose the only thing I would have to do, the only way I would really be able to understand their side of it would be to entreat them again, as much as that scares me. Hopefully they would...
No luck.
Yeah, that's probably safe to say. It's either somewhere lost between realms, or it's floating in Shoff's existence.
Did you tell her?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Ivan, Céline, can I both ask you with all honesty, do you think this is going to be a problem?
I can't honestly say at this point, given what
Right.
implications have come out of just because just the more it's thought about, can't actually say that what happened out of malice.
I want to have a conversation with you a little bit later, perhaps, about what happened properly.
Yeah.
Till then, you'll be okay. We'll figure this whole thing out.
Yeah.
And if anything should change with your situation, Ivy, again, free to reach out. Of course.
Sonny, did you have a chance to check the pathways?
Oh, not yet. No. Barrett, so this is merely speculation, but we think we should have everybody who's had a dream should probably get their pathways checked, just in case if it's not just this immediate instance.
That one from long ago
Understood.
when you woke up on top of the mountain cliff with Yoral and Cecilia.
Yeah, I remember that. Rowan checked my pathways as well when that happened. Said specifically that there was a buzzing.
So.
They said there was a buzzing?
Yes.
Yes, specifically when I...
Okay, when Lothario and Elenia were trying whatever they did on me, they said something of the same, except it was like they said it was like some sort of like buzzing that died down, or like think something went quiet while they were doing that. I kind of picked up on it, but I couldn't really tell. I was kind of still,
That's kind of the same answer that Rowan got for himself when he checked my pathways after the entire situation with Cecilia and Yoral.
Okay.
That was it? Nothing out of the ordinary besides that?
No accumulations of energy like that.
Yeah, if it needs to be worried, like, I didn't have any sort of welds unlocked like it happened to other people.
God, okay, I didn't realize that this is just... I forgot that this has been just out complete. Sonny, do you carry bandages on you? I need to wrap this again.
They should be.
I prefer not having this just sitting out in the open.
Ow. Yep.
I mean, can I ask you something specifically? But in private again, if you have a moment.
Well, I think my job's down here. Someone will leave you all to it.
Thanks.
You're very much appreciated, Caleb, if you need to hear it.
Mate, don't mention it. What are friends for?
And don't worry, during our, maybe in the future, you and I will still have to beat each other's heads in, do a little bit of sparring.
And now that I'm kind of back, at some point I want to ask about, I guess, the prospects that people had thought about with the, unsorted. I wasn't...
Yeah, let's go check them out if you want.
Well, I mean, I was just... since... Honestly, at this point, I feel like, as much as I'd prefer it didn't, I feel like Rin changing teams is kind of inevitable.
I think it's just been a really big build-up for her overall. Like, the whole thing with Vesper and then everything else that's been going. It's not your fault specifically.
I'm not saying it's only my fault, but I feel like my stuff has probably been a huge contributor, and I wouldn't blame them wanting to wash their hands of it.
From how I've been looking at it, she hasn't felt really like she fits in fully. Like, don't get me wrong, she did say that we had like good team synergy, but like the thing is that if she's not feeling it, she's not feeling it.
Like personally, or something like that.
Combatively, we have a really good synergy, but like overall, like socially, I think she just needs a different change of pace.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable.
Because when you're not exactly feeling like you fit in, you want to go somewhere you might, right?
Simply swing it.
Fair enough.
Did the fence break?
I mean, well, with all the fighting that happened out here, it's not surprising that at least one of them got knocked down.
Man, we put a lot of effort into putting these bad boys up.
I mean, I'm surprised they stayed up as long as they did. We weren't exactly, like, using structurally sound things to put these up.
Been a little bit. And everyone's
We did great. I don't know what you're on about.
showing off, and the teams have kind of been organizing themselves. Thoughts?
Don't try it right now. I think you will get very, very lonely. Try to wait till, you know.
I think a lot of the inside definitely have good things to show off. They're not even no larger than some of that stumping is just muscle for the most part.
Still, the fact you're able to take out
Very,
the small ones for the club like that. Usually the small ones are pretty
Credit where credit's due.
Still pretty
He
impressive.
has 3
Very
rift
impressive.
beast kills under his belt.
Hi, Homa! Hope you're settling in well.
So far, pretty good.
Do you know where Barrett is?
Barrett's having a conversation with Ivian down there.
Can grab.
Reminder, he wanted privacy for that though, so don't just come barging right in.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, just reminding you.
Your hand's better?
Yeah. It's,
That's good.
I had a fucking awful night.
Understood. How much sleep did you get?
Honestly don't know. I feel like a lot of it got negated by the whole getting drowned and then waking up in a completely different place and then waking up a second time part. I had one of the fun dreams again.
Well?
And by fun, I mean not fun. Granted, it was made less fun because they did that on purpose. Or maybe it wasn't on purpose. I don't know. It's weird. They also might have taken something from
have
me
you
in the
eaten?
process. Yes, I did. When they finally convinced me that I wasn't, asleep. It was real enough that I thought I had actually done. Yes.
Okay. Talk to what's his name? Robert. He has some teas and such that can help you sleep.
I feel
It
like
might
I should
help,
keep my
but-
distance from him. I feel like he's scared of me now.
If you'd like, I can go ask.
No, I should do it myself. It's just not something I'm looking forward to.
I understand that.
I'll go try to find them. Assume they're around.
Alrighty.
Thanks. Yeah, out of character, we've been informed that I was going to say it didn't happen on screen for finding out about it, but Rin has basically been considering leaving Lumen and switching to another team, most likely Ignis. This was the last episode to potentially convince them not to, but it was kind of like a feeling that like the decision was more or less a done deal already. There's no bad blood about it, like on an out-of-character basis or anything like that. But they wanted to switch to give time for us to, like, consider unsorted people. So we, that's why those talks have been happening.
He seems sober for now.
Usually it's in the evening
Robert,
we are teasing. Yes?
Do you have I don't know if you make anything like this. Do you have, like, teas that can help somebody sleep better? That I would be able to have this night?
I was second one that asked me this today.
You can mix a rest potion into tea.
I mean...
Well, I had some here, but I gave it to Lucia, so...
Oh, well, they were the one who told me to
If you
come
want-
talk
if-
to you about it, funnily enough. And also, I just really
But
wanted to
if you
say
need more,
sorry
there's some
for
in the
what
iron
happened.
walls.
Very
It's okay, it should be... Should be okay, at least it doesn't
I'm
hurt
going
at
to
all.
check on something. Thank you for your...
Okay.
Well,
Maybe
mean,
I had someone come up to me and say you wanted to speak with me.
it wasn't the exact way I wanted to come out of that stupor, but at least it broke the illusion in a sense.
I get it, smelling
think you're
smoke
gonna
isn't
sleep,
the
Rob?
best thing to smell. Do I have to answer this question or...
I mean, only if you want to, but you just look really tired.
I am. There is a lot of people that are currently trying to take care of me.
Yeah, I
Therapist,
mean,
Xavier, Captain
well,
Pumpkin Patch,
I mean, I don't know if you've seen a reflection lately, but the exhaustion is quite visible on you.
Yeah, there's a few people that told me that I'm dying.
I don't think you're dying. I mean, if I didn't die and I literally got drowned in another plane, I think we're okay. For now.
Yes, I am very tired and I am working on it. And a lot of people are trying to help me with it.
Yeah, well...
More than I want.
Either way, I mean, I owe you one for helping and also for making up what happened, so if you need help with something and it's something I can help with, just let me know. I'll see what I can do to help with stuff.
I keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's interested. They did mention that they didn't have much magic, but I do think having...
Yeah, this is making less and less sense by the second.
Absolutely, I agree. Jacqueline was interesting.
Sure.
Shroud potion?
Ah,
Plenty of
I did get a clarification. It would seem,
That's good.
at least from what I just heard from another, apparently Patel is mother in their language. So when they refer to Patel has more patience. So also saying mother had more patience.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
that
tried
would...
to. I mean,
I guess that's a good thing, given that the running
at times
theory
one-sided.
is...
The other day I had a dream about it.
The running theory is that it potentially may have been...
Dream? I think so.
They might have been referring to
It might have been, could
Erina.
have been from him, but I could just be
Ivian
reading.
said that that name was
Nice.
mentioned
Did I not tell you about it?
directly
Sorry.
at one point.
Well, I've been busy most of the day.
Well, at some point we'll have to...
It's afternoon.
At some point I would like to just hear all of his dreams or have all of them written down somewhere, but as it is right now...
I mean, I can
We
I
were
can
walking
certainly
around
write
the
down what I remember from my end of things, but it's obviously an incomplete record with additional factor that I'm still trying to figure out to what extent it was done. They tried looking where I was found, they didn't find that pin, so it's safe to assume that it's probably... It's either lost between realms,
Been taken.
or it was taken by Shoff, because we've had an instance with the dream I had with the other orb, where Vesper had taken something from that realm and brought it back here, so it makes perfect sense that the opposite could happen too. Although, something that occurred to me that thinking about where that might have taken place. And the mention of those theoretical tertiary realms. The place that we had ended up in that dream, I remember it feeling quite like alien in a sense in the forest, but there were things that were making no sense. Like the thing that specifically Vesper had messed with was this river that seemed to just flow and stop flowing without anything acting upon it. It would just start and stop on its own. They said they wanted to test for something or verify. It's possible that if that was the case and the opposite was happening with the same thing that was happening with, I guess, these children, that it could have been another one of those realms. It could have been stasis or time, potentially, just from how the environment was acting.
Possibly.
Which would mean that they're real, but it's not like I could really go back there, and I can't ask them about it because, well, I will fully admit I had tried talking to both of them for answers about all of this. Shoth answered. The other one did not. And in previous times when I tried talking to them, I could at least, even if they didn't appear, I would feel them somewhat, like their presence was somewhat known. This time it was completely empty, which means something has either disrupted it or something has happened to it. And I don't know if that has anything to do with any of the other occurrences that have happened lately.
I'm not sure.
But given what you brought up about a potential complication for being the one that got removed, it makes me want to hear them out more. If not, maybe they would be able to, in some way, answer, even if they might be subject to some kind of rules that dictate what they can or can't talk about. Verify if they also have somebody or someone that they refer to as a parent. Because that might very well confirm that they are directly agents of, well, the twins.
Or from what I was just hearing, you would seem another had a conversation with Shoth. It would seem both orbs may be actually children of Luna, preparing for whatever is going on there.
Potentially. The dream that we had last night, that boat that he was taking us upon, they said it was specifically going to Aqua to check on Luna at the request of someone. They didn't specify who had asked them to do it, but that was why we were on that Aether stream between the realms that we were, because it was the most quick and direct path that didn't go near entropy, in their words.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy.
How'd the interview go?
So it would make me wonder what
interview?
If it wouldn't make sense to me then that if they were children
Okay,
of Luna.
I need to point out. I've had literally no one has come near me because they're all busy talking to the new students. There was no interview. I was just sat down because I wanted a drink.
Okay.
They all think I'm old news at this point. I'm old garbage. They
You're
already
old
know what I am.
news.
You're not old news. I mean, have you
You are an
you
endless
have
well of
Percy,
possibilities,
who
Riley.
is the most important person here in all of the initiative.
The best boy.
The best boy.
Literally
The
the
best
best boy. My son.
Would you be willing to take him tonight?
Of course. It's a lot warmer now, so you don't have to worry about being shoved in a shoebox.
I mean, he has the tent. He has like his little canopy. Wait, can I show you? Can I show you what it looks like?
I
It's
would
really
love
cute.
to see this.
Let's go.
He had a tent made for him.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Best fucking thing ever.
That's amazing.
Well, I say a tent. It's like a makeshift like pillow fort thing.
Look, I don't.
Sunny.
I think they're trying to convince Acteris to come. I mean, I don't care what form it takes. Just the fact that it exists is amazing.
So my tent's the only unofficial, the only official unsorted tent.
Yeah, I'm noticing it's like this one's marked as more important. And it
Yes, it's
should
because
make
Riley sleeps
and
in
it,
it.
and I mean it makes
Yeah.
perfect sense. I mean, look, oh my.
And like, pass me, like, the best part is like he just like it's like sleeps in there.
Oh my gosh!
What an absolute
Riley, you made me
boy.
cry!
Absolute
I love him
boy.
so
He
much.
deserves only the finest of things. He deserves the finest of treats.
The finest
He deserves the
lodgings.
fattest of grubs.
Yes.
Truly.
Which I need to get some of the flowers to go get some of the food for him. We're lacking.
Yeah. I can imagine. It's probably
Well, that just
not
made
been
my
easy
day.
to
That really changed.
get a hold of.
It enlightens everybody day. Just be careful. That's Miss Winter's bed right now, so she has a habit of climbing on top of me for warmth.
Oh, that's what I did, Céline.
I was gonna say that's what she did. She did the same thing when we had invited them over.
Good reason.
But okay, but here's the thing. Here's the difference. With like multiple people, it looks okay. With one person, it looks like you're dating. You see my issue here?
Yeah, I can see the complication there. But yeah, I mean, you were doing that before.
All of Ignis that I toss and turn a lot. That really doesn't help.
Oh
You know?
No.
Goodness.
She just told them that I toss and turn in my bed.
You know,
Which is
they've been having a very particular vibe when they first got here, and I'm glad to see that it's getting reconfirmed continually.
What does that mean? Hold on.
What's everybody think about all the new students then?
I haven't been able to see the showcase, but Helma said that they were willing. I think Helma would be pretty fun to work with, honestly. They seem really cool.
I mean, out of the ones that I've gotten a chance to speak to, they've been generally rather agreeable people, and I mean, some of them saw literally Lumen's dark secret of all this stuff, and it didn't seem to make them fly off the handle and want to kill everybody like the first time that Isaiah saw people using particular magics while out in the field.
Or dating other people outside of their own race.
That's its own mess in
Oh
itself.
shit, it's actually gonna kill people. Oh no.
See,
Wait, does Isaiah just try and kill everybody who uses?
I don't.
Threats at the
Here's the
minimum.
thing. I don't know if they actually picked up that I can do it or that it happens. But I think he, for whatever reason, gave me some sort of weird pass of some sort. I don't know, but I feel like he would. That pass would go out the window if he picked up on, you know.
Maybe because you're an elf.
Yeah, but
Doesn't be damned.
I mean, if that were the case, it would go out the window if he actually opened his eyes and saw how I am around you or Barrett. Which is why there's only one thing that I have in mind when it comes to the Unsorted. If Rin follows through on switching teams, which if she does, I mean, she has all of our blessings in that regard. I'm good with literally any of them except him, and that's mostly because if he joins our team, he is going to get himself killed by the things they said, because I'm pretty sure Barrett will grind his skull into the ground if he tries that again with anybody.
Have you ever seen a man get electrocuted before?
No, and I'd rather not.
Would you like to?
See, no.
I wonder if a wizard could cast Mend Butt Crack. That'd be
You think that is it like a what circle spell do you think that is really?
Is it sunset? Is it sunset for you guys right now, or did it go dark?
No, it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's dark. It's nighttime.
Okay, it was dark, and now it's
Give it a
sunset
moment.
again. I'm
Scared. I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of scared the fuck out of me then. I just saw like a figure running.
You know, he does kind of
Oh,
blend into the dark very
Wait,
well.
What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck?
Oh, is it sunset
It's
for you now?
What the fuck? It's sunset for me now.
Okay, it's not just me.
It is night.
It is definitely
no,
nighttime
it's
though.
now sunset, but it's like in.
No,
I like
it
to
is night.
I like to think that it's just the radiance of that beautiful shield.
It's the dreams. This is what happens when you dream. No.
Well,
Perhaps you have hit your
Oh,
head
well.
too hard.
I didn't hit my head at all today.
I don't
I
think I
got stabbed.
did.
That's exactly what
Riley
someone who
has
has hit their
already
head.
forgotten about getting hit in the head. It just turned sunset. What the fuck?
Okay, yeah.
Exactly, that's always... Have you been hit in the head now? Have you been hit in the head?
I was
Did
hit
you
in
hit
the head
yourself
earlier,
in the head?
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
bullshit.
are you okay? You want me to check?
Unfortunate. The stars! The stars! Damn it! Guys, the stars! The stars! Yay! Well, it took a while this time. How long did it take this time? We lasted an hour and a half this time. The stars! Hey guys, I actually have an idea. Can we just make this a thing, no matter what RP? When we just start having these crash issues, no matter what character I'm playing, can we just be like, the stars? Shoff keeps changing the channel to the stars. Oh my god. Oh, that... Oh, that's funny. I refuse to let the scuff bring me down like it did last time, so I'm gonna just go... I'm gonna make it a meme. It's just a meme now. This is what happens. Anyways, I think I can use general bugs. The stars returned. Fuck. I'm good.
Octavia makes me like.
I guess I'm still having
Fearful.
the.
Hi.
I'm still having the blackouts. It's fine. Hopefully that
Okay,
gets
well,
better.
I mean,
We'll
to
continue
be honest
evaluation.
with you, Sonny.
Hmm?
Like, how to explain it? The Inquisitor's not. That's his normal demeanor. That's how all the Inquisitors are. You get used to it very quickly.
I don't know.
Quintus was
There's-
10 times worse. when Inquisitor Octavian says "ugh" to Inquisitor Quintus, even just the mention of him, you know you've got a bad,
Fuck.
reputation.
Oh fuck.
Lovely.
The guy that scares me is like mildly inconvenienced by another. That's an issue.
Look, if we go to Flens, you'll probably meet him.
I don't know.
Well, I kind of have to. He is my mentor, so I'm kind of like, well,
Yeah, you can't
Do
really
you need
just,
emotional
weasel
support?
out of that one. That would kind of probably not go over well.
Yeah.
Especially with
No.
them.
Just a smidge. No, it would not go
That's
over well
weird.
because I was sent here because of Quintus, and if Quintus doesn't hear
What?
from me, he's going to assume I'm dead.
Would we have to keep you on the ship?
Keep me on the ship for what?
What? I don't know. Like, what if they like see your arm and they're like heresy, and then
I mean, I'm
stab you?
surprised that I'm surprised that hasn't happened anywhere else, but that's because it at least
Sorry,
has the.
are you talking about Ordo doing this?
Yeah.
Have you not worked at Octavian? I'm
suppose
not sure if you've seen his capabilities.
Octavian
the shit
is
he's already
a.
pulled.
Octavian is a. This is a very weird thing to say. A licensed occultist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He's.
well,
from
I
what I
was-
understand, he's literally sanctioned to be able to do it because
Yes,
the greater
he is.
good,
Oh.
or something like that.
He's sanctioned to do it by the Ordo Church because all the other Inquisitors agreed upon it.
Oh.
Hence why I'm here, because I'm learning underneath him. Not to learn occult, but like to learn his ways of fighting.
Gotcha. That doesn't take away the fact that I'm so
Yes.
scared of him. Which is why I had like.
You could
minimal
be as
contact
scared
with him.
as you could be as scared as you want about him.
Yeah,
it's fine.
he's he doesn't exactly go out of his way to be a likable person by most people. You have to.
He's not very.
He doesn't need to
approachable.
be. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
He's meant to be, a
Right.
intimidating man. He has a lot of power in a lot of places. Like the church, for example. He's like one of the 10 Inquisitors. I'd like to be an Inquisitor one day. That's like my
I
main
think you'd
goal.
be a really cool one.
Either a paladin, or I'd like to get as high as an Inquisitor, but I don't think I would ever be able to.
I mean, I don't know
Riley
what
as
that.
a paladin.
I don't know what that even would remotely entails, so I can't even imagine what's required.
A
of one.
paladin is somebody who serves to protect and, similar to what we do, but I do it not just to defeat the rifts, but I do it to protect
do it under oath.
everybody. And I do it under oath, exactly. And as an Inquisitor, they are the leaders of Ordo. They are the ones who Ordo deems worthy enough to...
They are the law.
Yes, they are the law, basically. They are the
Ah.
judge, jury, and execution. Well, not the executioner, but they're the judge and jury. And they
I see.
demand justice.
I'm sure they could execute you though if
Yes.
they wanted to.
Yeah, let's not give them a reason to think about that.
Good point.
Yeah.
Too late thinking about it now.
I wasn't talking about you. I mean.
Too late thinking about it now.
Well.
Too late.
No.
Amalgamation.
Thinking about it too late now.
Don't execute people, please. That kills people.
You
don't
know,
think
also,
I've
I wouldn't
not
mind
already
having on
done
our
that?
team. I think I would literally like Riley on our team as well, if we ever had the chance, because they're literally like my best friend, in my honest opinion, and I will say that boldly.
I mean, if that's what Riley wants, then.
I think right now it's a case of I don't know, because I'm kind of well. Options are options, you know. I'm not going to say like not going to straight up deny, but the problem is it's more of like compatibility with like all the other teammates, and I will admit, Vesper, me, we sometimes don't see the eye to eye. We butt heads a lot. He doesn't like that I'm tainted. I say in quotation marks if you can even see.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I'm also sitting here wondering, I don't even know when or if he's going to be back at all.
I'm not going to lie, I was not
I'll miss him
expecting
deeply
that.
since he's still my
I
friend at the end of the day, despite him being a heinous little creature who commits war crimes. I adore him dearly.
I didn't even realize you're behind me.
Wow.
It's okay. Hey!
I
picked up those words from reading.
You did. I'm very proud of you. Those were a lot of words I didn't expect to come out of you about somebody, though.
I picked them up from reading. I've been dusting up on my vocab.
Oh no, she's reading. Somebody steal the
Wait, you
books
can
away
read
from her.
now? Did she not know how to read?
I've been able to read. I've just been picking up big words.
She's just been learning big words to better diss Vesper with, apparently.
I thought we had a... I mean... To be fair, it is Vesper. Can you blame them?
No.
I actually really like Vesper. Let me clarify that. He is still my friend at the end of the day, but boy, if you aren't allowed to criticize the people you love, what's the point?
True.
I'm just saying.
That's true.
Communication's key, and I think he's a little stinker sometimes, and he knows that.
I feel like the
Should we
issue is that he
walk
tried
and
to stab
should we
you.
walk out?
Yeah, maybe you should at least like get to like a more centralized location.
Are they really gonna run past us? It's Ivar. We're gonna see them from like 10 miles away.
Are you weird about
I
something?
mean, considering I couldn't even hear you coming up behind me, I doubt I'm going to see them.
Oh, you're right.
And that's also because
However-
I'm hypervigilant, so I'm always...
Oh, same. However,
That's another word I learned. Thumbs up.
you see what time it is?
Night.
Well, I can't really
Have you eaten dinner?
Supposedly it's nighttime, however, it feels like perpetual
Have all of
sunset.
you eaten dinner?
No.
I haven't actually eaten dinner. We can go get food.
Go get food
eating
and
dinner.
drink your tea with it.
I'll go grab tea bag 1 moment.
There you go. Sorry.
Is that a health requirement?
It's a tea that'll help them get some rest. Actual sleep.
Sleepy tea.
Actual rest as opposed to rest that involves planar travel. Besides the normal.
What is like? Yeah, I mean, you can also ask them for a potion, but I don't know how long the potion will keep you asleep for.
I got a couple of tea bags.
I don't know. I'm gonna just...
Set.
I'm not gonna push my luck on that one.
Go.
Are you not joining us?
I mean, I can. Why not?
I'd love to have you all the same, you know?
Have you spoken to any of the new people this year?
I've talked to most of them. Technically, there's only one that I haven't talked to. I think. Well, I don't count Avi for certain reasons.
Oh. Do you mind me asking why?
No, it seems like I'm the only one that remembers. So, I have no clue.
I mean, from the way that some people reacted to him, they recognized him when they first showed up. I don't know him, though.
Yeah, he used to go to Rosewood. At least the actual institution.
Ah.
We're gonna need to get a torch.
I'm guessing it has something to do with their time here prior.
Yes.
Would you be able to grab a torch?
Are you aware that we had people on campus that tried to kill some members of Ignis? Were you there around that time?
No, I came, honestly, maybe only a few weeks before the rift opened.
Gotcha. Well, to be precise, Avi was sneaking off grounds, right? And as far as I'm aware, he was using it from a board on top of the wall. And he was sneaking out of the barrier and everything that we had there. Well, we had people come onto the grounds and attack some people. Specifically members of Ignis, I believe. And what happened next was after I think they killed some and some got imprisoned or whatever else happened to them, I do not know. Avi and a few others left. Well, I say a few others as it was Avi and one other person left. Well, the meeting that we had next with the Chancellor, so Malik, not any of the new ones,
Right.
proceeded to give a speech. And this speech was talking about what we were doing, what everything else was, and had mentioned that Avi's friends are the ones that came on there, because Avi thought they were friends.
Oh.
So my only assumption is that Avi let them on. Of course, thinking about it now, I cannot tell you if that is the full truth or if that's just as much as we can that they got out of it at the time. But
I mean,
it's still enough to be weary.
This is all new to me. Although,
Yeah.
potentially I might have heard about something that came out of it when I first got here, which was, I'm assuming this may or may not have, just given the context, have to do with the whole Zuku killing somebody with a cult thing that got told me like literally my first day.
That's where that started.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
admittedly,
Don't worry, I wanted to punch him in the mouth.
I was going to say, admittedly, that now makes a lot more sense why that happened, but I can still see why that was
Yeah,
an
but-
issue with many people.
Well, I think the biggest issue was I think he used a cult, and he kept saying he would do it again.
Ah, lovely. Well, I will...
Hello, yes. Hi. You said you
Hmm?
wanted to speak?
Right,
I did.
I won't
I
dig
mean, if you've
into
ever
the
seen
matter,
them
but I
without their
guess
helmet,
I'll...
they're, very...
Yeah, that was the first time I had actually seen them with their helmet off.
Oh, you should definitely look into their eyes. Those things are, nice.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey, Céline.
Hi, man.
It was not fun. It was more of a nightmare.
How are you?
You falling asleep?
I don't know. Are
You tired?
Could be better. Is the simplest way I could put it.
You want to go
You
back
want to
to
sit and
camp
talk together?
with the hay, or
It's dinner time.
you good?
I mean, I just talk in general, but if you're wanting to ask specific things or whatever, I'd rather not do that in the middle of the dining building.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say specific things, but just more of conversation for now.
I saw a few folks there.
Has been some time since we've gotten to sit and talk, so.
I've had it here, but before it was all fancier.
I came here with them.
Have a good night, though.
I'm glad that they finally got you the proper uniform so people stop staring at you for not being in the correct outfit.
Yeah, I can blame the Stitches for taking that away from me for about 3 weeks.
I mean, I can easily blame them for a lot of things that happened that were weird on that ship.
I mean,
but-
yeah. Yeah.
I only heard tidbits of those people. I don't know whether they are.
They were terrifying.
They, I mean, I met them while they were, like, actually, because they were from here, for the record. They terrified me because they had way too much energy, and just their presence was overwhelming for me. And if I had let them get...
Then I'm sorry.
No, not you. Not you.
Oh, I thought you saying that meant like energy scared you. I'm sorry.
Well, there's energy and then there's energy. Like they. I
Yeah.
feel like anyone they were near,
Stitches
they
were
were
on another
I think they were
level.
talking like, those two for all.
they were like undressing people with their eyes because they wanted to dress everybody up. That kind of energy. It was like very intense. I mean,
I don't honestly wouldn't mind you being on it. But
thank you.
And then Jill told me that Luca just should have said that they're a bit too stiff and
Hey, Jackson.
work well with us outsiders.
Have you seen Graham?
Really?
Graham?
No, I don't believe he is going around today.
You sleep.
Exactly. And not to mention,
Do you need to sit down? I can move.
No.
Oh, okay.
We will start early tomorrow morning. I will meet you at the alchemy.
But yes, it is nice to actually be in a proper uniform. Finally.
Yeah. I mean, I have to keep getting mine fixed all the time. The sleeve keeps getting torn up. I swear every time I try to fix it, it just gets more and more fragile.
Thing about it or something, or maybe he's just not saying
For
everything.
me?
I don't know. But
Thanks.
Luca's
You ever
being,
just considered maybe going with like just removing the sleeve entirely?
No, I like the longer sleeves. It's more comfortable. I don't particularly enjoy being super cold. Granted, it's not like it's cold here, but like if we,
a lot better than when he was drinking.
with how many places we're going these days, with the different sorts of environments, with the well, just having the entire continent open to us with the airship, where things might be fine one place, you go somewhere else, like, you know, like the coastal areas are generally cooler from all the water from the oceans. It could be fine somewhere else, but then like uncomfortably cold somewhere else.
What do we think is good?
I was gonna say.
He does do that. It's just we haven't been in the same area for a while.
Fair enough.
I'll be back.
It's whatever now.
Hey, Stacker.
I got you.
We haven't done that.
I was so confused.
I think I'm getting a burst of energy, so I'm gonna go on a walk.
Just like floating peripheral.
You're fine.
I just finished this, and I think I'm returning for the night anyway, so I'll leave you two to it. Leave both of you to it.
See you later.
See you in a bit.
Yep. Take care.
Anything new and interesting going on with you,
Stacker,
Céline?
please do not waste supplies.
New, yes. Interesting, yes. Thrilling, far
For
from.
items, nothing more.
Yes, we're Leia.
I take it not conversation for here then. Got
I
it.
don't think so.
Yeah.
This is not a great answer, Jack. This is not a great answer.
I trust her
So,
a lot. She used to be at
let's
Rosewood.
change tact.
It implies
And she was
it's
the only one
very
who could actually
unclear.
trim the plants.
Any
Back
one
then.
of the
You
new
remember
unsorted
the-
catch your interest?
You remember the roof
Well,
garden?
honestly, I'd been
We haven't really had much
not
to do
paying
with
super close attention for most part
Oh,
because,
that
well,
brings up my question.
kind of had a full team, but that might not remain the
New blood
case.
got your eyes?
So,
Alrighty, we might have to ask Cecile.
I
that,
haven't
but they
really
were
been
beautiful.
looking at them from
It
the eye
actually
of
was
how
very
well
I
would I
have
work
my
with any of them.
She kept it.
I mean, work with them, yes, but
Yeah.
there's a difference between working with them
I'm sure one day we'll be able to go back.
as comrades and
But,
then one where they're directly on your
I think that
team.
frontline would be nice.
We just asked. I asked her.
either-
like,
Fair,
why didn't you
fair.
show up anymore?
Honestly,
Why
at the
didn't you
moment,
show
I
up?
think
I
that's
think
the
I've really gotten
And
along
she
with
said
all of
something about,
them,
I don't wanna look like a
except
swine
for
at a market.
one,
Which
where
makes
I would
sense.
pretty much I'd be fine with working with any of them,
I
except
guess
for
in
one,
her
and it's
ideas
more for their
is,
safety
yeah,
than
they're being
mine.
sold to whatever
has
team
caught my eye,
they
but
think
it's
is
probably
nice.
mostly
Fair
just
enough,
the
fair
first
enough. I
one.
mean, that's valid.
To a point where
Because
you
I feel like if
have
they
to
worked with
have
our
to
team,
deal with this, with
they would
this,
get themselves
give, like,
killed because they would
vague
say something that would
answers. They don't
cause
need to say,
someone
they don't
else
need
to
to go or
throttle
anything.
them.
I don't know
I'm just-
much about a lot of
I don't
them,
know.
really. I wasn't at
They're
the
just overreacting.
Fair enough.
but
training thing today.
it's
Because
like,
they've already
they care
proven
about
that they
your
were willing to
ability
do it
and
once
wanna know if
before.
you're able to actually keep someone safe.
Which we're pretty good to go. I just have to investigate like situations as the week goes on. I don't think
That's a
it'll
valid
take too long,
concern.
We could be here for a month.
If we
trying to
clarify that,
figure
maybe
out
they'd be more willing.
how to get
Yeah,
minimal
I tried to. They
issues
didn't.
as possible. But what I have learned is don't put rift beasts inside the
Oh,
engines.
it's also me. So I guess.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I just told you.
But yeah,
the way I do
I
things
guess I
is
hadn't really thought about it too
so I
heavily.
can't really say that I'm
That's
easy
my day.
going
I'm probably going to do guard duty.
Might be something to keep an eye on just in case.
Oh, I fully intend to.
Questions better than I could.
I'd like
I'm
to.
stuck into the guard duty today as well.
Yeah.
This was the gathering.
The fish is
we were
really
actually
good.
looking around for people for a while.
If you want to go and speak elsewhere, we can.
I
You seem like you got a lot on your mind.
Yeah. We've been so, like, out of sorts that there's
That
no
would be an
time to-
understatement of the century. But
Fair. Yeah, I've never worked in the city's walls before. It should be interesting.
I told the guard captain I would meet him around.
Strikes high.
Well, I'll go with you then, probably. I mean, it's getting pretty high.
Any place in particular you'd like to go?
just, you know, somewhere away, a little ways. Like,
Sure. I'll follow you.
you know what? It's a nice spot. You can just sit on what was once the docks.
Works for me.
Lets me be near the water even if it has a slightly uncomfortable air for me right now, which is weird because I have an affinity for it, and to be slightly unsettled by my own element is, well, a first for me.
Fair. So, talk to me.
Well, out of the auxiliary, you've been around a bit longer than the others, so you've seen a number of things, I presume.
I have. I would never presume to make assumptions until
I mean, the things that happen around us, the things that have been following us. Them.
Yeah.
Well, this past night, and the reason why I found myself in yet another new and exciting location upon waking was having another dream on their behalf and starting to put pieces together about what they may or may not be and the implications of things that happened in that experience. I've been trying to put together things that have to do with the whole condition of mine. I don't even want to call it an affliction anymore because, well, I thought they were the ones responsible, and yet they seem to be just as perplexed about it, if not offended that I would think such.
I know very little about them. It's all I've seen is people talking and interacting with them.
Well,
I'll be honest,
they have
got my curiosity. But
They have forms beyond those orbs. Those are just the vessels of which they have to communicate with people on this plane. That's the most they're able to do, strength-wise. But when people are asleep and they're dreaming, they have enough power to pull them out of their dreams into one where they are present, one where they can talk more directly. I had one of those last night along with a few other people, but in the process potentially may have upset or offended them, or something happened which I got some more clarification for why that might have been the case, but I got thrown into a place that felt in between the realms. And it was vivid enough that I legitimately thought that I was dead. Because when I had woken up from the drowning, I was not here or where I woke up, but I was in this field of stars. Just emptiness, but not empty at the same time. And to make matters more complicated, they may have taken something from me in the process. Something that ultimately, from a material standpoint, is very inconsequential. They took the pin that I wear for the crafting division when they grabbed me by the neck, because we looked everywhere from where I was found and they couldn't find it anywhere. But there is the worry that because things have been shown to be able to be taken from those places that people have been dreaming of back to here, the same could be said of the reverse. Which means the...
But why would they take that, though? Like, why would they take a pin?
Because at the moment and the way it was taken, it became something connected to me with a strong emotional bond, because it was tied to a moment where I feared for my life. And based off of Professor Acteris's comments, and what the... if one possesses an item tied to somebody with a strong enough connection to it, that it can be used to scry and perform divination upon that person.
That's worrying.
Which means that if that is the case, they potentially have a more direct ability to watch things through me in some way.
And probably an easier access of getting in touch with you too, I'd imagine, no?
That's assuming they want to talk to me. After all, they were the one who picked me up by my neck and threw me into the waters of potentially Aqua. I don't know where exactly it was. But if I got drowned by my own goddess's waters in her own domain, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah? Just a little bit. I mean, wouldn't she necessarily take offense to that?
Who knows? They were supposedly on their way to check on her, given the state of the moon, and how their belief is that that is where she resides.
But that doesn't make sense, though. Like, why would you... Assuming that... Right, assuming that she does live on the moon and such, and that she, you know, those were her waters that you were thrown into, wouldn't she, like, know?
That's the question. That would depend, one, on if we were actually at the realm at that point, and two, if they were in a position to intervene, if they even would have. After all, one doesn't really go to check on somebody who is known to be doing well.
Fair.
But as for why, it's entirely possible that these orbs are vessels and fragments of their actual selves wherever they truly reside, but they are almost assuredly children of something greater. Because they refer to another as mother. which means that they were created.
Makes sense.
And it's entirely possible that the mother in question, at least with this one, would... all signs point to it being the goddess of the abyss, Erna. Which means the orbs are the eyes of her children.
Huh.
And that the state of the world is such that we have agents of its very creators actively interfering and intervening with us for some reason, if all of this is true.
But then why? Why go through such lengths to interfere then? Why?
Well, it's
like,
no
do
secret.
they want to see the world destroyed?
I doubt that, given they were the ones who created it.
That doesn't make sense, though.
But it might very well be that they are not able to, for reasons that we can't even begin to fathom. The actings of spirits are confusing enough, let alone the Graders, the Celestines, and certainly not the Incarnates. Regardless, that dream only proved one thing to me. They have some strong tie to me in some regard. And that in itself terrifies me. Because I do not fully understand them, let alone what their desires are.
Yeah, that's a little concerning, to say the least.
I used to be angry at what I perceived because of everything, but now I'm just scared. Not scared of them, I'm just scared in general. I don't even know if it's fair to resent them because, well, they may not even have foreseen or expect this to happen either. Which means that I still have not found the culprit.
No.
So,
for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
It's appreciated. I mean, I appreciate
I can't do much, obviously,
everybody that's here. Well, I mean, you have to do. You at least are able to do something. They don't accept dead weight here. We can't afford that. That would only put you at risk of being killed for the sake of adventuring around the world, professing to be its salvation, potentially. Not that we are so vain as to see ourselves that way, but that seems to be the general perception of those who come across us. Although, the fact that we were able to at least make this a reality is, in itself, something worth being proud of.
I agree. Something you should be very proud of.
But yes, For everything that I try to get one step forward towards feeling normal, it seems like I take 2 to 3 steps back every time. It becomes tiresome, mostly because it feels like a burden on those who care for me, even if they won't say it themselves.
I don't believe you're a burden. But then, well, I speak as someone who is looking on the outside in, to be fair. I'm not part of your squad. I can only answer based on my observations of you.
And I can only make my own assumptions about some things too. But I cannot bite the nagging feeling that one of our members having a wish to move to another team may not be entirely without my own fault in play. A lot of effort does get put into managing me. The complications that come with everything that follows me. It wouldn't surprise me to see people growing resentful of that.
Which isn't fair to you at all.
In part. I don't feel like I handle it the best. But then again, it's not like it's a typical everyday thing to deal with. That doesn't change.
You do the best you can with what you have.
It doesn't change the reality, though. Wow. The stars! The stars! I can see them again! Yeah! It's hilarious that that happened the second I stood up. The literal timing of standing up to re-enter the stars. Cable issue? I don't think it's a cable issue. Because it happens while I'm standing completely still sometimes and the cable's not moving. And furthermore, the error that pops up whenever that happens is a memory access error. I don't think it's a headset, period. It's some sort of issue with the program that is inconsistent in how it happens. No, my memory is certainly not full. I can assure you of that. But yeah, something horribly, horribly wrong has been happening as of late with this. I don't remember when this started, but...
multiple crashes, or...?
What?
You had multiple crashes? I just heard you say something about horribly, horribly wrong.
Oh, I mean, that's been, it's been... I say horribly, horribly wrong. I mean, this has been happening all day for me of just, like, periodically VR chat just closing itself or my Steam VR critically failing on me. And it happened last week, last Rosewood too, and it like tilted me to no end, but I have decided to just make it a meme and I'm making fun of it instead in hopes that it feels like it's cringe and stops. But it's been happening to me on and off. Like, just some days it happens, some days it's perfectly fine. I go through a whole session, no issue. But then another, like today, and I'll be having it like every half hour.
Weird.
Yeah, I cannot figure out what the problem is. I've troubleshot so many fucking things, and it has yet to result in any
Have you had it
improvements.
in like other stuff outside of RP?
Uh,
Or outside of Rosewood, or is it just Rosewood?
It's been in almost everything that I've been in. It's happened in Ascension, It's happened in Wardens. It happened in Wardens while I wasn't even streaming, for that matter. Like, I thought it was potentially a streaming thing, but regardless, it's shit's fucked, yo.
Okay. Yep.
I may have to resort to taking painkillers.
They're still there, but they are still there. Lovely thing, that, by the way. The other side effect of that dream is I have been constantly feeling like I get faint and pass out for brief moments, and I swear I'm right back there. Anyways.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. I believe that's what we call a scar.
Yeah.
I need to go find Barrett. I think he wanted to talk to me for a while, and I've kind of been away from him.
Very
So I
well.
think I need to get this out of the way
It's good
before I
talking
pass
with you,
out
Céline.
again. You as well.
Thank you.
I also need to speak with both of you at some point, but I am in no rush.
Rin sounded much more. One of. Oh, yes, Droza has these large beasts.
Well, who's this starshine walking past me? How you feeling, my dear?
You know, got faint, passed out again for a brief bit, came to. I feel like...
Are you okay?
I don't know. It might be a side effect of everything that happened, but I figured I'd try find you because I know you said you wanted to talk at some point.
Yeah, there are certain conversations that need to be had about your action. Because it does worry me. I just want you to be honest about it.
As if I haven't been honest with you up till this point.
No, my dear. This is more from me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Me saying that, ooh, there was Rin. Me saying that specifically was more as a intimidation tactic for Winters.
Why?
I have some worries.
Oh. Worries about them? Or...
I had a conversation with her because she specifically felt unease when it comes to, well...
Me? You could say it's me.
No, it's not you. As a matter of fact, I had some people reach out because of your situation, and they've all, at least at first glance, seemed very supportive to the idea, and they didn't really have a problem. Funny enough.
Okay, then...
It sounds kind of weird to say, but keep this between us for the time being, for their privacy's sake, but,
Yeah?
I had a conversation with Helma.
Uh-huh.
She might not have the exact same things, but her condition that she has might be at least a little bit similar to your situation.
Interesting. I might talk to
It is
them
not
about
the
that
exact same.
if
She does not.
they- If they
Sure.
approach me about it first, I don't want to implicate that I was told by somebody. You know?
No, I understand.
That might
but
explain
tell
why
you
they
for
seemed a
obvious
bit.
reasons.
By the way, I'm taking us to the Rose because I figured it would be the most chance for privacy, and if I pass out, at least I can pass out on a bed.
Of course, dear. I mean, absolutely. I mean, if you want to murder me, the caves would probably be a better choice. So.
I'd rather not go back to the caves again. They have enough bad
I mean, we
memories.
can gladly have a round two, my love.
Barrett. I almost killed
no, I'm
Sonny
just-
and
that's just
Robert
a jest.
today out of a panic. I don't want to think about
Yeah,
hurting
that was
anybody.
something I also wanted to ask you. How did that happen? Did you just?
They used smelling salts on me, and that was enough to break the stupor I was in.
I mean, Sunny's okay. She's been through worse. I'm sure she'll be fine.
That doesn't change it.
Sometimes I do get surprised by the lights. Ugh.
Yeah. They kind of do have that
So-
sort of energy.
Did you talk to some of the new cadets already?
No. I kind of never really got a chance
know you-
because I was, you know, lost in my own
dear,
mind.
I know. Also, I knew that we were going to have some privacy when it comes to the Iron Rose. I just didn't know the privacy is that important that you were going to go into the other rooms.
Well, I wanted to go here, again, for privacy, but two, so that if I do
know,
pass
I'm
out,
just-
I am at least laying down.
I know, dear. I understand that.
But
Again,
honestly,
I just
what you
because I love to tease you like that.
what you said about Helma kind of answers
Yeah.
something for me, which they were one of the ones that saw the whole demonstration of what my arm turns into, and they seem to be particularly among the ones who are. I say this roughly because obviously I know I put my foot in my mouth. They seemed more upset than logically made sense for someone who doesn't know me at all, for me speaking so ill of it
Yeah.
and saying that it was something that was given to me because I wasn't lucky enough to just die normally like other people.
I've told them specifically about the situation when it comes to you, and because of honesty, if somebody's planning to stay in the initiative as well as staying on Lumen potentially, we'd want to make sure that there's, of course, transparency.
Are they considering us?
Currently, their eyes are more on Team Aqua for obvious reasons by the fact that they are in need of members. And in the end,
Wow.
currently, in our situation, we are more a potential member with Rin when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a bit of a done deal at this point.
I mean, I wouldn't say that right now.
Not that I
In
want
the end,
them to go,
if she goes
but
into sorting,
I feel like they might. Today certainly did not put any points in favor of staying.
why? Did something happen? Besides your situation?
Yes, and it taking, just basically drawing everybody's focus and attention onto me as usual.
I don't know. I
don't know.
understand.
I get this feeling like she resents me. A bit.
The way how I've spoken with her and I've had a conversation, I don't think she has any bad blood. Because she understands your situation and she also understands that this is not a choice given to you.
Yeah.
She does understand, though, that we were
Doesn't change how I feel, right?
so focused on other things when it comes to this. She kind of told me that she was sad the fact that it took her for potentially leaving for us to kind of notice the issues. So,
That's exactly
overall, I've
my
told you
point.
but that's not your fault.
If I handled my own issues better, they might not have felt that way.
Céline, do I need to remind you what situation you find yourself in?
Yes,
You got some sort of fucking weird, dreamy, wimey things going on?
potentially being
and you're
a
probably
direct link to literally the children, or if not literally the god of the abyss.
Well, it certainly is not relationship problems, so I can safely say that this is clearly above you.
Yeah, but it's still our problem to deal with.
It is absolutely, and that's why I'm trying my best. That's why I tried my best to keep those problems away from people like Rin, from Rowan and Vespa, because I did not want this to affect the rest of the team. And it certainly not affect me negatively.
I was gonna say, affecting the rest of the team, far too late for that. I mean, Rowan's literally chief medical looking into the matter in the first place.
But that's his job. That's what he's meant to do.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he can't... It's going to be his problem regardless of what we do. Unless we deliberately hide it from him, and that's not going to help anyone.
No. My moonshine, I can absolutely say that. You are something that cannot so easily. I say this with the greatest love in my heart.
But I feel this is... I'm gonna drive us into a tangent if you let me keep going. You wanted to ask something specific.
Yeah, specifically that aspect. I wanted to get your recollection of everything that happened when I'm still dreaming. Unless you've so far went over it so many times that it's already coming out of your ears by explaining it so much.
I mean, yes and no. It's been bits and pieces. Admittedly, it wasn't that long of an experience, I feel like. It just feels like it took much longer just on account of what it was and what happened in the end, but I know what brought it on. It was my own doing, but that was me trying to reach out to both of them because I wanted to try to finally get some idea or understanding of what all of this was, so that I know what I should be even doing with it, about it, anything.
I know, dear. You wanted clarity.
Shoff answered. The other did not. In fact, the other felt uncomfortably absent. Whereas before, whenever I've tried to speak with them, even if they didn't appear, at least I could kind of feel like they at least heard me, even if they couldn't necessarily heed me. But Shoff answered, in spite of the lash out I had with them before we landed in Beston Bay originally. Because I thought them to be the one responsible for everything, but I'll get to that in a bit. It was the four of us on a gondola of sorts. Shoff piloting it down this river that they called the Aether Stream. Some flow of something that goes between the different realms, the different planes. Specifically, they said they were en route towards Aqua to check on Luna at the behest of another who they never specified had asked them to do it. And that where we currently were was an aetherstream between the realms of Voe and Qualm, or Death and Stella.
And so, because of your, behavior, because I was told that you asked a question that upset them,
Potentially,
they just threw you off?
I think there's more to it, but the first off, just that river itself was unsettling because there were all these things in the water that mostly just looked like ghostly hands that kept trying to reach up. One even grabbed around my wrist at one point because I put it too close to the edge of the boat without realizing it. They eventually went away, but I think that's because we had gotten closer to the destination. But of course that implied that we had to come from somewhere because, in his words, the reason he chose that specific stream was that it was the most direct without going near entropy instead. Which gave me at least a mental map of what it had to look like, to a sense, which gave me everything except for an origin point. But I think I suspect where it might have been, given the other details. I eventually did get around to the point of asking them what their connection were to the voices were because of their ability to silence them the way that they did. Because I wanted to understand what they were and what the voices wanted, because their goals have at times been contradictory to each other, to the point that I couldn't tell whether or not I could trust them and what they were saying. Shoff implied that whatever they are, whatever Shoff is in some way related to what they are, because they imply that the things that talk to me are something that it understands what they might be, but they don't know why I can hear them, why Riley can hear them. And when they seemed to take a bit of offense at the idea that I was implying that they were it. Is that it said many are Shoff, but not all are Shoff, and we do not all know you.
This was something that made me perk up, because I had a conversation with Ivy, and he told me specifically that Shoth was made of whispers.
Yes.
Weird as it sounds.
Its body looked more like a gaseous void of sorts that was full of stars, but out of it came whispers, and his voice in general was like a choir of them, all speaking in unison. But furthermore, is that something at least I learned. I don't know if others had understood this prior, and it seems Riley may have understood this, given their knowledge of what the word Patel meant, is that Shoff is or was created by someone that they refer to by as Mother, and apparently the name may have been directly dropped after I had been ejected from the presence of the others, and it might be quite directly Erna. Which means that Shoff is their child. Or their creation. One of the two. But when I implied that I was overwhelmed by the inability to understand what my ties were to these whispers, if they were my belief that they were a part of them or something similar to them, they got up, they dropped the oar that they were using to push that boat through the waters, walked over to me, and at that point they had started putting a... They were just... It was like they were inspecting me. They put a hand on, like, some of my hair. They were fixated on my neck, which now I think they were seeing the pin there. And at some point, that was when they said the whole bit about... Now that I know what the word means, that Mother is kind and patient, and that they had a lot to learn in that regard. And at that same moment, as soon as they said that, they grabbed me by the neck and threw me into the waters. And the waters took hold of me and pulled me under.
It's fine.
And at that
Don't need to worry about that anymore.
After passing out, when I awoke, I wasn't in the cave yet. I was in this other place. This fathomless void of just stars and nothingness. It was beautiful in a sense. I felt like I was weightless, yet I felt also like I was falling endlessly. And it was there that I heard them say one last thing to me. And that was them saying that we are more than just cruelty. I feel like it was their attempting to try to comfort for what had happened, but I can't tell. Because the more that's talked about, I think they don't understand us at all. That part of why these things happen is because they don't understand life like we do. Because they come from somewhere completely foreign to the concept.
You said that the inn might give the ability to scry, is that correct?
Arcturus was implying that, well, I mean, even we, like people here in this plane, are able to scry and divine if they have something that belongs to what they are trying to look at that has enough significance and attachment to it. It was just a pin, but if it was pulled off of me at a time where I feared for my life and thought I was about to die, it might have inherited that bond enough so that if they indeed took it and it's in their possession, that they could use that quite easily. It would probably be well within their power if there's someone that can take people and pull them from their dreams to wherever they are. Whatever plane they may
Entire aspect. And this thing is, you said that a lot of concepts that happen with us are foreign to them. Do you perhaps think that they might use pin scrying as sort of a looking glass into our life?
I don't know for sure. I don't know if that was why they did it, or if it was them lashing out at me for what I had said to them before, because I had been rejecting their presence so heavily, which admittedly was out of frustration and fear. Now it's just pure fear of everything, not even directed at them anymore.
Oh, I understand.
I am afraid of everything.
Oh, there's one thing you do need to remember. Even if you say you're afraid of everything, love, no way in Sunny are no matter what's going to happen.
I know you are.
You not have to walk alone.
I know. But still, what happened only proves that the only way I'm going to truly be able to find any answers is to understand these visitors. Because whatever is tied to me is irrevocably tied to their creators.
It's not you that's the problem. It's not you that makes me sad. It's just the fact that all of this shit has to happen.
You don't think I feel
I
so?
wish. No, I understand. I love you and Céline. I love you and Sonny so much. I wish I could help you, but I just take part.
Just you being here helps.
Despite everything, I'll try my best to help. Time being until all Vesper is gone and going, doing his thing.
Yeah.
Try to focus on Lumen. Please do not for a singular moment think that because I am working with Lumen and trying to
I get it. It's fine.
I'm sorry, it's just been a day for me as well. I'm sorry.
Yeah. By the way, one of the Oxforce people seems to really not like you.
Who might that be?
Tori.
Yeah. That is an entire situation.
They kept accusing you of all these really unpleasant things. Things that I don't think you really did, at least not at all willingly.
You're right about one thing. I was not done willingly. Depending what she has told you, she's not wrong. When you're in Droza, you have to survive by any means necessary. No matter where it needs to be, you need to find your resources.
But you said it yourself, you didn't want to do that. Why is it that I can get a pass for that sort of thing, but you don't?
Because I am who I am, Céline. You are my love, I understand that. I care so much for you. You are also not the son, tyrant. The name Bronson carries weight. The Nostalgia does not. But yes. If Tori has told you that I have killed people that are close to her, not wrong. I have. Told me, specifically one of her friends. It was in the fight pits. I remember him.
Yeah,
It was a big albino. Primal Severica. Grizzly. Name of Aatrox. It was my 7th kill in the fighting pits. It was during my month, which gave me my title, the ring. He was one of my opponents. I was scheduled for a death match against him. I remembered him, he was begging in front of me, but that's not how the rules of the pit work. You're signed up for it, or you make that choice to step into that ring. You fight until the bitter end. And yes, slave caravan that she was part of, the one that she luckily survived. That was me and my father going on a private sources and supplies.
But he's not here. The things you're doing here are the things that you do because you are here on your own. You've done nothing like that. Why can't they see that that's the difference there? What you are like when he's not around and what you are like when you are your own person.
Céline. My love, I understand your... And then, I need to upkeep who the Bronsons are. Image.
Why the
if I
fuck
don't,
does that matter? He's not the kind of
because
person...
if we are perceived as weak, that means as soon as Goodman is dead, means that Halston might be for the taking. If I show that I'm the same quality as my father, they will not continue. They will think the legacy stays strong. Not just for my sake, my sister's. It's for the entirety of the Bronsons and Halston. I know what you think, and it's unfair, and I've told Sonny the same thing. I'm so sorry, me being the way I am and the way that I must be. Believe me, if there's ever a point, giving this to Sonny as well, you think it's too much, but you think it would cause you too much problem being with no hard feelings if you wish to step away.
I say that when I literally have everything that is going on with me.
That does not matter to me. I understand that fully.
And you think that would make it fair for me to not say the same to you? When you have done nothing to hurt me by any means deliberate. The only time you've ever hurt me was when I started it.
I understand that, Céline. This is just how life is going for me. And I will have to continue living this. Whether I want to or not. I just wish to all gods out there, no matter who might listen, that you would not get involved in my bullshit. I say the same thing to you as I did to Sonny. I want to protect both of you.
You don't have to
I want to make sure that all of this...
Just stay here.
I can't. You know why. If I just go and stay here with you or Sonny, the same thing that has happened to me, the scars, the training, the fight pits, everything what happened to my sister. And as much as I love both of you from the bottom of my heart, I hope you understand that I do not wish for my sister to go through all this shit as well.
I know. I can dream, though. You don't deserve that.
Say the same thing about you. You don't deserve all of this. You deserve a happy life, dancing to the music you enjoy. Not this. You and Sonny are one of the main reasons why I continue to fight. No matter what happens, even if I go, I want to make sure that the path is very well laid. This world's to be better and live there safely, despite everything. Even if you might think differently, I very much think there is a future for you.
I guess at this point we'll have to see.
Well.
If gods are the ones playing the game, who knows how it will end.
But know this. I'm a fool for love, and I understand that. God want to play a game with you. Know for a fact that this pawn still has a voice. I don't care if they're gods. I might join in on the whole front. Maybe sometimes gods need to die, peace to be stable. Here, my love. It's okay. I'm to protect you no matter what happens.
It's not fair.
Even if we made the deal together. Yeah, know that, okay? Love you so much, Céline. That.
I love you too. Scars and all.
I do have my scars. Prefer if you don't have any new ones. Now, my love, I'm going to look around. See if there's still some of the new blood available for conversation. Rest yourself easy, okay?
I think I need to rest. Maybe.
I know.
Try to have a normal night's sleep for once.
I hope you have, and I hope dreams will be pleasant. Perhaps think of me. I'll be sure to fight in those so we can make sure that you can rest easy.
I wouldn't mind that.
Oh, my starlight. Rest easy. Oh. And of course, if you need anything, yeah, I'll be there for you. So will Sonny.
I know. That's the part I like
Well,
the
then.
most.
My favorite part as well. Especially when we get to spend some time together. Just us three.
Yeah.
Away from all these stupid problems and secrets that are being kept from people. But you should know that. I'll leave you to it, dear. Sleep well.
To run this. He says, like, I like an adventure. Oh, okay. Well, let's see if you can give orders. But no, he did the adventure thing and problem solved.
So today was absolute
was that
hell.
you?
Yes, that was me. Today was absolute hell with just constantly crashing. But instead of getting tilted, I just decided to make it a bit, and those crashes were canon every time. Passing out, going back to the starry place. Every time we crashed, the chat was just like, the star.